You may now be seated. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the Award for Promoting Philippines-China Understanding awarding ceremony.
To begin our program, may we call on Attorney Raul Lambino, Chairman of the Association for Philippines-China Understanding, to give his welcome remarks.
His Excellency President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and our beloved First Lady Madam Maria Luisa Renita Marcos, His Excellency former President Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, ably represented by former Executive Secretary Salvador Mijaldilla, Her Excellency Madam Vice President Sara Duterte, Her Excellency former President, now House Deputy Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Chairperson Emeritus of the Association for Philippines-China Understanding, His Excellency Ambassador Huang Xilian of the People's Republic of China, members of the Cabinet, other government officials who are present today, members of the business sector and the different sectors that are here with us, the awardees of the APPCU, friends, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. The Award for Promoting Philippines-China Understanding is a celebration of the exceptional achievements of individuals that have dedicated themselves to promoting understanding and fostering stronger ties between the Philippines and China. In this increasingly interconnected world, building bridges between nations and fostering mutual understanding is paramount. The relationship between the Philippines and China has always held tremendous significance given our shared history, cultural exchanges, and ever-growing economic cooperation. The awardees we honor today have contributed significantly to further strengthening this relationship, nurturing a climate of harmony, and encouraging collaboration between our two great nations. Today, we acknowledge their invaluable contributions and express our heartfelt gratitude for their tireless efforts. Their works have not only elevated bilateral relations, but have also sown the seeds of friendship that will continue to bear fruit for generations to come. Inspired by the achievements of the APPCU awardees, the Association for Philippines-China Understanding commits itself further in its thrust to champion the cause of harmony, facilitate dialogue, and building lasting partnerships that will continue to yield fruitful collaborations between the People's Republic of China and the Philippines in various fields, including trade and economic cooperation, education, cultural exchange, and diplomacy. Throughout the past year, APCO has tirelessly worked toward promoting a deeper understanding and fostering stronger ties between the Philippines and China. APCO's dedication to its mission has been exemplified through a series of successful events in order to help young Filipino leaders, students, to visit China and at the same time to receive also young Chinese students and leaders to the Philippines. Another significant achievement was the first APCO Youth AC competition that we organized recently, choosing 10 of the most outstanding Filipino students who accompanied former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo in his historic visit to China last month. The official visit of former President Arroyo and APCO Chairman Emeritus to China brought significant diplomatic achievements. It provided a platform for high-level discussions, fostering closer ties, and opening doors for increased cooperation in various sectors, among which were the dialogue with Minister Wang Yi, member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China Central Committee and Director of the Office of the Central Commission for Foreign Affairs, which highlighted the importance of the continued development and strengthening of China-Philippines relations, and the dialogue with Minister Liu Jianchao of the International Department of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, who have views on deepening exchanges between China and the Philippines and promoting the development of a state-to-state relations through exchange. Additionally, APCO's notable meetings with esteemed officials of local government units of different cities and provinces, of which I have actively participated for the last 2 months, demonstrated the organization's commitment to building bridges and reestablishing meaningful connection by creating and revitalizing the sister city, sister province agreements with the local government units of the Philippines and China. These encounters serve as invaluable opportunities to foster mutual trust, facilitate dialogue, and pave the way for enhanced cooperation in trade, investment, and best practices in local governance. Also, during APCO's visit to China, it has fostered partnership with several educational institutions such as Huachao University in Fujian Province, which has agreed to ink another memorandum of understanding with the Pangasinan State University to establish mutual cooperation for educational and training exchanges. Moreover, APCO's commitment to promoting dialogue and intellectual exchange was evident through the successful conduct of the 8th Manila Forum, and this forum has been going on for the past 3 years. Recognizing the importance of economic ties, APCO has expanded its mission, not only limiting itself to cultural and people-to-people exchange, but also to help the government promote the Philippines as a vibrant and attractive foreign direct investments coming from China. I'm happy to report to you that today, several of the big Chinese corporations are in attendance in order to take a look at the Philippines as a viable foreign direct investment destination. APCO has tremendous strides in promoting mutual understanding and economic cooperation between the Philippines and China. Through our unwavering commitment and outstanding efforts, APCO has not only strengthened the existing bonds that have all paved the way for brighter and more prosperous future for both nations. To the awardees, again, on behalf of the officers and members of the Association for Philippines-China Understanding, we extend our sincerest congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. Your unwavering commitment, vision, and passion have set you apart as true ambassadors of the Philippines-China Understanding and Friendship. And to everyone here present and those watching in other platforms, welcome to the 3rd APPCU awarding ceremonies. Thank you and mabuhay.
Thank you, Chairman Lambino.
Now at this juncture, may we invite His Excellency Huang Xilian, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Philippines, to give his message.
Your Excellency President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., Your Excellency former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, represented by Congressman Avalos, Honorable Attorney Raul Lambino, Chairman of Philippine-China Understanding Association, Honorable Secretaries, members of Congress, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is an honor to join you all in this ceremony for the 3rd Award for Promoting Philippine-China Understanding, right before the 48th anniversary of China-Philippine diplomatic ties and 22nd Chinese-Filipino Friendship Day. On behalf of the Chinese Embassy, I would like to extend warm congratulations to His Excellency the former President Duterte and other laureates of the award, and appreciation to APCO for organizing thoughtfully this event. Your Excellency, Mr. President Marcos, may I take this opportunity to thank you again for your presence at this year's ceremony. You attended last year's ceremony, and this shows the importance you have attached to China-Philippine relations. It is also the common aspiration and common expectation of the 1.5 billion people of our two countries combined. APCU was born during the hard days of the pandemic and has grown through thick and thin. It has become a flagship program to enhance friendship and mutual understanding between China and the Philippines. Over the past 3 years, 27 Filipino friends have received this award for their unique yet remarkable contribution to promoting friendship and understanding between our two countries. The laureates have since organized hundreds of seminars, forums, interviews, and press conferences on a variety of topics. Their efforts is an injection of new energy into our friendship and bilateral relations. Ladies and gentlemen, the world today is undergoing major transformations unseen in a century. As neighbors and close friends for over 1,000 years, the Philippines and China have always stuck together through will and woe. Chinese President Xi Jinping pointed out that China and the Philippines are both developing countries in Asia. Our development is rooted in a friendly neighborhood and in the Asian family for win-win cooperation. President Marcos Jr. also emphasized that the future of Asia Pacific cannot be determined by anyone but the countries of the Asia Pacific. Earlier this year, President Marcos paid a successful visit to China. Our two heads of states reached important consensus on further deepening our cooperation in various fields, prioritizing our key area in infrastructure, energy, agriculture, infrastructure, energy, and people-to-people exchanges. We firmly believe that upholding mutual respect and trust, cherishing good neighborliness and friendship, keeping the direction of mutual understanding and mutual accommodation in settling differences serve as the fundamental principles of our two bilateral relations. So long as the consensus between our two top leaders is implemented in real earnest and the above principles followed, we will be able to uplift China-Philippines relations to a new level, bring more benefits to our two peoples, and contribute more positive energy to regional peace and stability. Excellencies, may I conclude by wishing this year's APCU awarding ceremony a great success. Thank you, and Mabuhay.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Huang Xilian.
We shall now begin with the awarding ceremony. May we invite on stage APCU Chairman Attorney Raul Lambino and President Mr. Sixto Benedicto to present the awards.
For the major contribution category, our first laureate is Miss Regina Rosa D. Texon. Miss Texon is the satellite lead with the rank of Executive Assistant 4 to the Office of the Vice President, Davao Satellite Office from July 2022 to present. She is responsible for the overall operation and implementation of the Office of the Vice President's plans and programs for Regions 11, Regions 12, and some parts of Regions 9 and 10.
From Ms. Texon. Kindly take the podium.
His Excellency, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., His Excellency, Ambassador Huang Zhilian, APCU Chairman, Attorney Raul Lambino, the officers and members of APCU, distinguished guests, fellow awardees, ladies and gentlemen, madayaw, maayong gabi kaninyong tanan. Ni hao. First, I would like to thank the person who nominated me for this award, then Davao Consul General Lilin and his staff, and of course, this year's Board of the Judges of the APPCU for this honor that you've accorded me. Promoting friendship and understanding between China and the Philippines, for me, does not really need an award. I feel this way probably because I come from Davao City, whose Chinatown is the largest in the country. Hence, interaction between the Chinese and Davaoenos is constant. And also because Davao recognizes the importance of its Chinese populace, and in 2010 created a Davao City Chinatown Development Council, whose main task is to help the city government in effectively implementing development plans and programs in the Chinatown area. During then Mayor, now VP Sara's term, being her city tourism officer, I headed the secretariat of the Chinatown Council, and I would ensure that we had monthly meetings to discuss any issues that would affect Chinatown, organize events that would promote Chinese culture, and receive Chinese guests in the city. More importantly, I, with the Chinatown Council, pushed for the creation of a development plan for the Davao Chinatown, which would complement the Davao City Tourism Master Plan, wherein we ensured that Chinatown would be one of the top 3 tourism development areas. In my present job, I've continued to promote amity and goodwill between our countries in the different places in Mindanao that I visit. Not because Conjen Lilin asked me to, but because instilled in me is what I have learned from my interaction with Davao's Chinese community. The values of hard work, benevolence, courtesy, wisdom, and filial piety, which are some of the most important values of Chinese traditional values, much akin to Filipinos. Through the years, we have walked, worked, and learned greatly from one another. And if there's anything more that I would like to promote, It is to make all of us, Filipinos and Chinese, respect each other and affirm our oneness as brothers and sisters. We are not just friends. We are family. Daghang salamat, Sheshe.
Congratulations, Miss Tecson. Our next laureate is Mr. Jose Ong Dahan. Mr. Dahan is the former president of APCU Baguio and former chairman of the Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce of Baguio City. As an active member of the APCU Baguio chapter for 42 years, he has lent his assistance to planning educational, cultural, military, political, and trade visits of more than 100 official delegates from China. Congratulations to the major contribution laureates.
His Excellency, President of the Republic of the Philippines, Veteran Bongbong Marcos Jr., Ambassador of People's Republic of China, Wang Xilian, APCO Chairman, Attorney Raul Lamino, and APCO President Sixto Benedicto. Distinguished guests, friends, good evening. It is truly a great privilege to be among the awardees today, and I thank APCO and the Chinese Embassy for this recognition and honor. In all honesty, I had no intention to make any submission for this prestigious award, as I believe my contribution are humble compared to others. But last February, during the years of Spring Festival celebration in Baguio, our friends from Lawak Consulate Office encouraged and urged me to make a submission. Unexpectedly, I was chosen as one of the awardees, for which recognition I was very grateful, in a testament to my 42 years of membership and efforts in APCO's 48 years history has not gone unnoticed. This distinction and honor, however, is not mine alone, but shared with APCO as we continuously work for increasing enhancement of Filipino-Chinese friendship. Again, thank you very much and mabuhay.
Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the Outstanding Contribution category. To help us present our next awards, we would like to request the presence of His Excellency Huang Xilian, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Philippines, and Attorney Raul Lambino, APCU Chairman. Our first laureate with outstanding contribution is Ambassador Rigoberto D. Tiglao. Ambassador Tiglao is one of the country's renowned journalists, columnists, and public intellectuals. He is also a public servant who held various honorary posts in the Philippine government.
Ambassador Tiglao, may we please invite you for a few words.
His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Honorable Bongbing Medaldea, the representative of former President Duterte, His Excellency Ambassador Huang Xilian of the People's Republic of China, trustees and members of the Association for Philippine-China Friendship. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a high honor for me to be in the same event with representatives of two former very respected presidents, President Duterte and my former boss in Malacanang, President Arroyo. Both of them, during their presidencies, made heroic efforts to strengthen relations with China while enhancing friendships with other peoples. It was indeed praiseworthy as they upended Cold War propaganda by the West portraying China as hostile to the Philippines, when nothing could be further from the truth. And of course, it's an honor to be here with the presence of President Bongbong Marcos, since it was his father who made history when he boldly established diplomatic relations with China on June 9, 1975. Tomorrow, nearly half a century ago. President BBM, together with his mother Imelda and his sisters, were among the very few Filipinos who were able to shake hands with the Asian great leader, the founder of the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong. I'm a fan of Mao Zedong, and I hope Mao Zedong's vibes rubbed on President Marcos. To OPCO Chairman Emeritus President Arroyo, Chairman Raul Lambino, Vice Chairman Jeffrey Ang, and to the other trustees of this association, I'm deeply honored and grateful to receive this award, especially since it also gives credit to my lifelong work as a journalist. I will not evade talking about the elephant in the room, about China. I have been writing about China, specifically the South China Sea dispute, for over a decade now. In my articles in the Manila Times and in my two books entitled Debunked and Debacle, these weren't opinion or speculative pieces. Many of these were investigative reports based on detailed research and documentation. I've struggled in my writings to expose the hypocrisy and attempts of the West to demonize China so that it can maintain its hegemony in the world. Unfortunately, I have not been that successful in convincing too many people, and I hope this award will convince many of my countrymen to really look into this problem. It is a challenge re-educating people on the real issues and forgotten histories of nations. The West has a powerful media machinery, and its agents in media and even in the academe aren't even aware of this. I was astonished, for instance, that even my old anti-imperialist comrades who used to storm the US Embassy's gates in the 1970s are now big fans of the US, even recommending that the US wars with China. The author and American intellectual Noam Chomsky said it best in one of his books. He who controls media controls the mind. Now guess who controls global media, whose view of the world most of our local media sheepishly follow. Philippine media must take some of the blame for this continued brainwashing of Filipinos, that we are brown Americans rather than brown Asians. The difficulty really in understanding the South China Sea issue lies in the fact that many of us have not realized that after a century, there is a new world order emerging. It is becoming a multipolar world that will not be dominated by single power, which is even at the opposite side of the globe. But I'm proud to be awarded among Filipinos who have helped in their own ways in promoting Philippines-China understanding. Understanding controversial issues involving a close neighbor should be of paramount concern during these uncertain times. The world does not need another world war, no matter how hard the current hegemon with its military-industrial complex seems to want it. I would not be receiving this award, of course, without the help of my editor, intellectual partner, my wife Betsy, and the support of my son, Dart, and the creative works of my daughter Ria and my son-in-law Perry. To them, my deepest thanks. Again, may I express my gratitude to APCU for this award, which I am very proud of. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Ambassador Tiglao. Our next laureate is Ambassador Jamie T. Cruz. Ambassador Cruz was a former special envoy to the People's Republic of China, Trade and Investment. This year, APPCU recognizes his works and contribution in promoting Philippines-China relations, friendship, and mutual understanding.
Now to receive the award on behalf of Ambassador Cruz is his daughter, Miss Kimberly Cruz.
Give a round of applause to the Outstanding Contribution Laureates.
Finally, we will now recognize the Hall of Famers. May we request Attorney Raul Ambino, Chairman of the Association for Philippines-China Understanding, and of course, His Excellency Huang Xilian, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Philippines, to please remain on stage to help us present the awards. Our first Hall of Fame laureate is Ambassador Carlos Chan. Ambassador Chan is a philanthropist who is respected by major organizations not only from the Philippines and China, but in other countries with Oishi offices. The ambassador was appointed as Special Envoy to China by 3 consecutive presidents. His company, Oishi, has been helping Filipinos in China and promoting the Philippines among the Chinese. The Chinese hold the Filipino-made brand in such high regard that Oishi has successfully established itself as a global Filipino brand. Ambassador Chan was also one of the first major private donors who sent medical supplies to the Philippines at the height of the pandemic. He has also donated over 700 schoolhouses across the Philippines and supported the maintenance of the royal tomb of the Sultan of Sulu in Dezhou, China, that stand witness to the 600 years of friendly exchanges between China and the Philippines.
And on behalf of Ambassador Chan, let us listen to his son, Mr. Ozan Chan.
Please allow me to deliver the message of Ambassador Carlos Chan on his behalf. His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., His Excellency former Rodrigo Roa Duterte, represented by former Executive Secretary Salvador Medaldea, His Excellency Ambassador Huang Xilian, members of the Cabinet and other government officials, APPCU Chairman Raul Lambino, APPCU Vice Chairman Jeffrey Nang, fellow awardees, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am deeply honored and humbled to accept this award from the Association Promoting Philippine-China Understanding. Being selected for the Hall of Fame category for year 2023, alongside other distinguished awardees, including former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, fills me with immense pride and gratitude. For almost 20 years, I had the privilege of serving as Philippine Special Envoy to China, allowing me to represent Philippines in various capacities. My responsibilities included promoting trade and investment, fostering tourism, and facilitating cultural exchanges between our two nations. These efforts have contributed to mutual understanding, respect, and warm friendship between Filipino and the Chinese people, as well as enrichment of the Philippine economy. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the late President Benigno Noynoy Aquino, and former President Rodrigo Duterte for the trust and confidence and for the opportunity. Lastly, I am so grateful to APPCU for this invaluable recognition. Thank you and good evening.
Once again, let's put our hands together for our first Hall of Fame laureate, Ambassador Chan.
Our next Hall of Famer is former Philippine President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And in behalf of former President Duterte, Attorney Salvador Medaldea will receive the award. Former President Duterte has accomplished long-wished-for dreams for our country, and the Filipino people showed their gratitude, giving him the highest approval and trust ratings consistently during his whole term of office, even with a 2-year pandemic that caught the whole world off guard. Among his monumental achievements were the following: resolution of the Marawi crisis, our improved relations with China resulted in the delivery of emergency weapons when our soldiers were being outgunned. The re-establishment of trust relations with China, which led to the stabilization of the South China Sea issues. This was also recognized by other Asian leaders. allowing for the reopening of our fishermen's access and the expansion of tourism, trade, employment, and international investments in the Philippines. The early delivery of millions of vaccines donated by China protected our frontliners and helped the economy reopen. May we request Attorney Salvador Medialdea for a few words on behalf of former President Duterte.
His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ambassador Wang Zilian, officers and members of the APCU, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, I would like to extend his deepest appreciation to the Association for Philippines-China Understanding and Embassy of the PROC for being bestowed this Hall of Fame award. It is indeed a great honor coming from this great organization whose main goal is to strengthen the relationship between the two nations. I am sure former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte will always cherish this award with the thought that both countries must continue to move forward in order to achieve what is best for all its people. Mabuhay ang APCO. Mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you so much, and once again, congratulations to former Philippine President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
And of course, former Philippine President Rodrigo Roa Duterte is represented by former Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea and PDP Laban President Congressman Jose Alvarez of the 2nd District of Palawan.
Congratulations to all the 2023 APPCU awardees.
Now at this point, may we invite here on stage the Department of Finance Secretary Benjamin Jokno to introduce our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much to Secretary Ben Jokno for his kind introduction. Please take your seat. His Excellency Ambassador Wang Zilian, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, members of the Cabinet present here with us today, the honorable members of the Senate, and of course, the Association for the Philippines-China Understanding Chairman, Raul Lambino, 2023 APCU awardees, my fellow workers in government, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a great pleasure and honor to join you here today for the Association for Philippines-China Understanding Awards ceremony, if only to demonstrate how important this ceremony is for us and all that it symbolizes. Indeed, this evening is significant for a variety of reasons. It is a fitting prelude to our celebration of the 48th year of the formal establishment of the relations between Philippines and China, a significant event of our history that reckoned from the presidency of my father. built on a long and rich history of commercial and cultural exchanges and intermingling, this bilateral relationship has been a boon to our country's economic strength over the past years. The figures say it all. Following centuries-old trade history, China has emerged as our top partner in terms of total trade, ranking first as our import source and second as our export destination. China and its special administrative regions are also second home to a substantial number of overseas Filipinos. This evening's award ceremony is likewise an occasion not only to honor individuals for their key achievements, it is also an opportunity to recognize our collective efforts as a nation to nurture and strengthen this healthy relationship that has served us so well through the years. We appreciate the initiative of the Association of Philippines-China Understanding in having organized this event and all its efforts to strengthen the bond between our nations through all these years. The role of the former president, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, in rejuvenating the APCO organization, which led in many ways to the launching of these awards, must certainly be recognized. In doing so, she recognized the great importance of maintaining mutual understanding between our two countries. Perhaps the highlight of this awards night is a high recognition bestowed to the former president of our republic, our Tatay, Digong Duterte. And I join the entire nation in recognizing the former president for his strong leadership and for all that he has done in building a more resilient nation. But the revelry of tonight's proceedings, there is a lot more that we can and must do to celebrate our bilateral ties. Time and again, we have proven that it is in our mutual interest to preserve the special rapport and kindred spirit that we have established and nurtured throughout our history. So, we will exert our utmost efforts to strengthen this relationship. We will strive to make it more comprehensive, more strategic, all with a view to advancing the paramount interests of both our nations and our peoples. It is my firm belief that our relationship must not be defined by our innate differences. We may have such differences, all friends do, but we recognize in the Philippines the commitment of President Xi and the People's Republic of China to overcome such difficulties. And I can assure our good ambassador here that that commitment also is present in the Philippines' efforts to bring us closer together, Philippines and the People's Republic of China. So let us be bound, rather by our similarities, our common purpose, our shared goals. As a guiding principle, we will pursue constant dialogue and an amicable approach to our decision-making and the resolution of issues. Being a peace-loving nation, we will adhere, for all intents and purposes, to the fundamental adage that good communication is key to a good relationship. For the honorees this evening, the saying is very appropriate. The reward for work well done is the opportunity to do even more. Our esteemed awardees shall have fresh motivation to pursue their worthy causes with more vigor, but they will also serve as exemplars for our countrymen to emulate and to provide the spark to generate and spread goodwill between our countries and our peoples. All in all, we will draw collective inspiration and firmer resolve from these proceedings. We will depend on this relationship more than ever as we push towards a half-century of our diplomatic relationship. And we will call upon APCO to assist us in this effort. To end, let me say that I have nothing but bright optimism for the future of the bilateral ties of the Philippines and China. Let us continue to work together to usher in an exciting chapter for our respective nations, one in which peace and mutual progress will be at the heart of the stories that we will write side by side as friends, as partners, and as neighbors. Once again, congratulations to this year's APCO awardees. Mabuhay ang APCO, mabuhay ang magandang ugnayan sa pagitan ng ating bansa at ng China. Maraming salamat at magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Cheers.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity. May we call on the 2023 APPCU awardees on stage.
Next batch, please prepare the Chinese embassy officials. Thank you so much and congratulations to the 2023 APPCU awardees. Up next, we would like to invite the members of the Chinese embassy officials on stage.
Thank you so much. And now may we request the APCU Board of Trustees and Officers to please proceed to the stage. So much. And finally, may we call on stage the APCU Organizing Committee. concludes our program for today. Thank you everyone for joining us in the Award for Promoting Philippines-China Understanding awarding ceremony.
His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.